Hello, good morning, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of our vendor webinar series. And this is where we talk about health and safety from the vendor's perspective. My name is Sel, and I'm the founder of HSE Market Ghana. And basically, we are bringing you this important episode once again. All right. So on Sunday, we did a webinar where we talked about the overview of the health and safety value chain. But this is actually a retake because it's very, very important that we talk about this topic extensively. And basically, we are trying to make sure that we make this as simple and as easy for everyone. Basically, I just want to make sure that this is a very relaxed show. All right. So this is actually a show, not just a webinar series where it's all about presentation. All right. But basically, the fact that I really want to tell you a lot about health and safety, not only from the standpoint of a safety professional, but as well from the standpoint of a vendor. All right. So I'm a health and safety professional, and I'm equally a vendor. So vendor, that means that I'm looking at the business side of health and safety. Where can I take advantage to make the best out of my health and safety career? All right. So that is basically this, what this webinar series is all about. That's where I share my opinion about health and safety from the business perspective, from the vendor standpoint. Because I'm a vendor as well, right? As a vendor, I'm always looking for opportunity to make some money, right? I think that ability to make money is very, very important. Of course, all of us want to make money, and that is the essence of getting into health and safety, trying to get new jobs, building your upgrading yourself, getting a lot of qualifications so you can get better jobs, not only in Ghana but across the globe, so that you can actually become a global citizen. That is very important. Money is important, and if you are all about money, then of course we need to really understand the health and safety value chain, so that we can know where the money is, where can we take advantage, so that we don't limit ourselves to just getting jobs. All right. So basically, we are back again. We are doing a retake of the topic because we want to make sure that we are hitting the nail on the head. We are being very, very extensive with this topic, and we want to also make sure that we are relaxed, right? Okay. So we are going to be doing this every Sunday, but personally, I've communicated I'm going to be going live every single day. So going live on various other platforms, particularly Shexel. So I'll be going live tonight as well at 6 p.m. And I want this to be very, very easy on me, on myself as well. I am actually a live streamer, basically. So I'm building the competence, I'm building the capacity to be a live streamer where I come live, just very, very easy peasy, right? All I need to just click on go live, just because we have the setup, ready to go. Yeah, so basically the life of a live streamer is the fact that we have all of these amazing setup, and all we need to just click on go live, and we have this content we're about to share with you. All right, so basically we are going to look at the health and safety value chain, and that is very, very important. So without wasting time, let me just share my screen once again. All right, so maybe you are seeing my screen or probably not seeing yet. Let me just check once again and make sure that everything is smooth, right? Okay. All right, so that is my screen right there, and I'm gonna display it right now. Okay, so basically the setup that I have here, I can't really see if I'm really live, if I'm really displaying my screen, but I'll just check on my phone right now and see what's happening. All right, perfect. So we are actually live. We are displaying our presentation, and everything is just right on point. So we're gonna get right into it. I feel like this topic is really important. Okay, and why is it important? Because I feel like sometimes people tend to limit themselves too much, only focusing on jobs to the point that if they lose their jobs, they feel like all hope is lost. Okay, so all hope is not lost because there are a lot of other opportunities that we can look at when it comes to, health and safety. And it is very important that we are able to recognize these opportunities and take advantage. Sometimes, if you don't see these opportunities and you don't build a capacity for it, that's when we tend to lose hope and we are like, okay, I don't have a job and I'm just waiting for the next job to come, which probably takes forever to come, right? So, without wasting time, let's get straight into it. All right. Okay. So, a brief background about myself and why I'm the best person to talk about this topic. All right. So, I'm a health and safety practitioner with 12 years of working experience and 6 years as an entrepreneur. I'm a health and safety vendor myself, and I'm the founder of a number of business models. I'm the founder of Shexel, founder of HS Retail Shop, founder of HSE Market Ghana, founder of Check PGH Online. So these are some of the opportunities that I'm looking to build for myself to create value for vendors, right? Or create value for my customers. Apart from that, I also work as a safety professional in the working for an organization, not in Ghana here, but in the UAE. So what it means is that I am building capacity as a safety professional in the, trying to deliver value for my employer. I'm also building the capacity to deliver value for my customers through various business models. Okay. So I have quite a lot of experience to share when it comes to basically health and safety value chain. Okay. All right. So this is just by way of sharing my experience to reaffirm common knowledge. Some of you may be privy to the knowledge that we're about to share because you equally are into business, and that is very important for us. Okay. All right. So I'll give you a backstory to this very topic. When I was looking to build my health and safety career, I needed some safety qualifications to prepare for the job market and be able to get jobs on the basis of education, training, and experience. There were tuition providers who had built the capacity to help me to achieve this. These tuition providers were operating in the knowledge market. They actually supported me to upskill myself with specialized training, some professional qualifications, some CPD programs for us to actually build the capacity to be where we are right now, right? Now, I just, in the course of my career, I then realized that these tuition providers were actually playing an important role in what I call the knowledge market. So the knowledge market is all about sharing knowledge with people, trying to build their capacity to be able to get jobs, right? Or not even jobs, but for them to really understand their role as far as health and safety is concerned. Now, when I got a job as a safety professional, I needed to deliver value to my employer by helping them to meet client expectations in their daily operations. And this actually is the case for most safety professionals. We are all, employed by our employer. We are saying that we are focused on the job market, which is an important part of the value chain. So what we are doing is that we are delivering value to our employers so that they're able to carry out their core operations, whether it's production, construction, whichever type of business, oil and gas, whatever. That's where we find ourselves, and we are supposed to deliver value so that our employer can actually value us and keep us on their projects. So we are focused on the job market, building capacity to deliver value. And then lastly, in the course of our job, in the course of my job, I also noticed that I need access to suitable workplace equipment, tools, and services to better provide support to my employer. And so the common thing we do is that as part of our management system procedures, right, we have to open an invitation to tender, get vendors to register with our company, and then we'll evaluate the vendors, keep an approved list of vendors so that we can easily tap into vendors who are providing services that we need for us to better support our employees. So these vendors equally operate in a certain market, and that is the goods market. All right. So this brings us into these important focus areas. We are talking about the job market, the knowledge market, and then the goods market. These are very, very important. Okay. So when we are privy to these three markets, it means that we have a choice to make. Are we going to limit ourselves to just the job market, or we're going to go beyond the job market and look at the knowledge market, and even go further to look at the goods market? So the fact is that a lot of people only focus on the job market, and that's actually the fact. You can assess yourself and ask yourself, yes, which market are you playing a role? Are you only focused on the job market, or you're focused on the knowledge market or the goods market? Nothing stops anyone from moving across all of these markets to deliver value, because wherever there are problems or there are challenges, that means that there's opportunity for people to step in there, provide solutions, and monetize these solutions. So that is why I actually appreciate a lot of professionals out there. I mean, who are not only working as safety professionals, but they are actually doing amazing stuff. And we know their names, right? And we actually congratulate, or we give all the accolades to all of you guys who are doing an amazing job, not only within the job market, but the goods market and the knowledge market, right? So this brings us into this important concept of value chain, because if you are looking to create value, you need to understand what is value, what is a value chain, because there are actually a lot of things that people do to deliver value. It has to be relevant, and it has to meet a market demand. All right. So a value chain, as per definition, is a series of collaborative activities that are performed by players in a particular industry to meet a market demand. So series of activities, collaborative activities, because we all know that health and safety is very broad. One person cannot do it all. Everybody plays a role with a set of activities to deliver value to the players within this value chain in order to meet a market demand. So what are these market demands? Market demands are the needs and wants of people backed by purchasing power. So that's very, very important. We are talking about effective market demand. Effective demand is demand that is backed by purchasing power. If there's no purchasing power, that is not a market demand. That is just somebody, having a need, but he doesn't want to pay for the solution, and he will probably still wallow in that problem because he's not ready to spend money to come out of that problem. So every need and want is backed by purchasing power. So we can talk about a lot of health and safety problems. So let's look at a few of them. The need for training to become a safety professional. So all of us try to, want to become safety professionals, and we need specialized training. That is a need. If you're not willing to pay for a service provider to give us that training, that means that you are not ready to solve your problem, right? So you must have a purchasing power to be able to pursue the solutions that will help you to address those needs. And there will always be somebody who is on the other side, who has identified this market demand and has set up all the infrastructure to be able to provide a service to help you to meet that need. Again, we can talk about the need for safety professionals for an upcoming project. So there's an employer who has gotten a contract, maybe a construction project, and they need the professionals. So he has a market need, right? And they have to be willing to pay for a service provider, and that is you, a safety professional who has been employed by this company to deliver value to the employer. We can also talk about need for a health and safety management system. There are lots of organizations that have a market demand for health and safety management system, not only health and safety, but of course, environmental management system, quality management system, and all of that. All right. So there's a market demand right there. They have the purchasing power to consult or engage a consultant who help them to set up the system. Are you positioned to take advantage of these kind of demands? We can also talk about need for ISO certification for management system, because a company that is committed to this management system means that they understand the value of ISO certification, and they would want to get certified, and somebody must provide that solution. Need for specialized training for workers. Need for fire safety solutions for a warehouse. Need for fall protection equipment for a construction site. The market demands are endless. Okay. But how can you know, or how can you be privy to these market demands? If you are not paying attention, you're going to miss them. And it is important that you are part of a community that brings these kind of demands to the fore so that you can actually see them. But if you limit yourself to just jobs, then what is going to happen is that something can happen, you'll be out of job, and you will probably resign to fate and say that there's no job and there's nothing I can do. Health and safety, I'm not seeing top because I don't see where the jobs are. Meanwhile, there are a lot of jobs. All of these solutions, it requires, it requires technical expertise. It requires time, it requires resources, it requires capital, human capital, financial capital, all of these things. You can actually take advantage and you have a job for yourself. All right. So that is basically, the value chain. All right. So to address these needs, we need products and services. These products and services have a life cycle. So this also brings us into this important concept, a product or a service life cycle. Okay. So if you're talking about a product or a service life cycle, that is exactly what your employer is doing. A company is solving a problem. A company is delivering value to its customers, and they're following a product life cycle. They have positioned themselves in a particular aspect of the value chain. It's production, marketing and sales, distribution, after sales support, or disposal. That is these are the stages of a product or a service life cycle. Okay. And let's remember that when it comes to health and safety, in the sense that we provide support. All right. Of course, safety is equally a line function when we have subordinates, people under us. So you're a manager and you have safety officers who are working for you. Your safety role is a line function because you have direct reporting line, right? But of course, that is just within the safety department. But if you're looking at all other departments, how we deliver value, we are performing a staff role. The staff role we are performing is that we are right at the sourcing stage of the value chain. And these stages, let's bear in mind that these stages are all departments in themselves, right? So the sourcing stage can be the must follow, recruitment procedure, must do proper interview, proper employment evaluation, employment verification, make sure that, the employees are competent. Procurement must ensure that they're following procurement best practice. They are only dealing with approved list of vendors. They are making sure that these equipment meet, technical standards, health and safety standards, quality standards, and all of that. So this is actually a very broad, niche in themselves, right? Production is where you're able to combine all of these inputs of production, labor, machinery, technology, all of these things to come up with a product or a service. Okay. And then there's the marketing and sales. The marketing and sales is a specialized area. The safety requirement in this area is basically the fact that we want to make sure that the information is exactly what we communicate to the customers. The technical information, the product specification, all of these technical data sheets about a product that we have developed is exactly what we communicate. So there's a quality requirement in the distribution, making sure that the process of delivering the product, the process of order fulfillment, whether you are using trucks, whether you are using any form of system of delivery, you want to make sure that safety is integrated right in there to reduce any risk. All right. With the production stage, we are looking at safe system of work to prevent workplace accidents. All right. So just backtracking a little, right? The after sales support, very, very important. It's a quality requirement. We want to maintain customer satisfaction with good customer support, making sure that customer is always happy. Disposal, safe disposal of the waste associated with the product. This is equally important. This is a niche in itself, right? Because there are companies that are specialized in disposal of waste. So this is the product's life cycle, right? And this product's life cycle is where we can look at delivering value as safety professionals. Okay, so let's take a simple example. For example, we are looking to, there's a need, a company needs a specialized training for their workers to build competence, for example, for worker type. How do we go through this system, this life cycle? So there's a market need. There's a company that has a specialty to deliver this solution, which is to carry out a worker type training for their workers. They'll have to do some sourcing. They'll have to get a trainer. They'll have to get training facility. They have to get some training materials. They have to, procure all the important things that they'll need to deliver the training. And that includes refreshment. And then now they have to carry out the training, right? The training itself is a product. The training and getting a certificate of attendance or certificate of competence is a product. The company will have to do some marketing. They'll have to find how best they will market their product and service. Sorry, let's say service, because it's training, right? And if they have the capacity to do that, they'll do that. If they don't have the capacity, they'll have to outsource it. They'll have to do some distribution. The distribution bit is about logistics. How do you mobilize, the service? How do you deliver the service? You will probably do it online, or you have to mobilize yourself to a location to go and do it. And then you have to provide good customer service. And then after sales support, which means that you probably have a community where you're supporting these people. If they are to write an exam or something, you're helping them to prepare and all of that. And disposal, of course, it depends on the type of product and all. So that's basically a simple example. So the value chain actually thrives on the stakeholders understanding the fact that there has to be exchange of value. If one party is not willing to pay for the service, then there's no exchange of value, which means that, the service cannot be rendered. So as a business entity, you're looking for people who have purchasing power, who have effective demand for the solutions that they need, so that you can actually say that we are operating a value chain. This is actually a value chain. A value chain thrives on exchange of value. Okay. So having a deeper understanding means that whichever area that you are looking to deliver value, you should be willing to monetize, and you should have a system of monetization, and you should be targeting only those who are willing to pay. Okay. So that is pretty much it, right? So this value chain actually spans across these three markets. So we started looking at the job market, the knowledge market, the goods market, right? So the job market is very, very important. Even with the sourcing stage, you are looking to recruit people who have the competence to support the business that we are looking to deliver. The knowledge market, you are building the necessary competence, getting all of the technical expertise, who have the requisite knowledge to provide the value. And the goods market means that you are tapping into a market that will help you to get specific equipment, suitable equipment that will help you to deliver the service. So this actually spans across all industries. If you're in the construction industry, job market is right there, knowledge market is right there, goods market is right there. If you're in the agriculture industry, job market is there, knowledge market, goods market. Manufacturing, job market, knowledge market, goods market. Fisheries and services, they are all in there. So why would someone limit himself only in the job market when there's so much opportunities in the knowledge market, the goods market, right? So, of course, it is important that we understand each of these markets. What is the job market all about? The job market is basically the fact that, companies understand the value of safety and they are willing to create the department where safety professionals can provide the support they need. Okay. But of course, there are a lot of factors that come into play, even in the job market. We are talking about company priority. So the company has a priority for safety. They're going to recruit safety professionals. Economic conditions can affect the job market. Economic conditions in the sense that currently in Ghana, I don't know, maybe there's currency depreciation, right? So the currency is not stable, so it affects the business environment. Maybe government can come out with a policy that they want to expand a certain sector, maybe the upstream industry, they're looking to start a drilling operation. The economic conditions will be favorable for government, for people to get in there. So the private sector will start to try because there's better economic conditions. So if you're operating a country or probably in Ghana right now and the economic conditions are not favorable, it's going to affect the job market. The global events can equally affect the job market, right? We can talk about, of course, the pandemic was the period where a lot of people lost their jobs. So that affected some of us. Some of us may have lost, maybe we lost our jobs during the pandemic. We can also talk about regulation, government, where there is increasing compliance requirements in a particular industry. All the players in that industry will need safety professionals. Okay, so this is basically some of the factors that affect the job market. And for that reason, safety professionals must be concerned and know exactly what is going on in this market, in the job market, and make a decision whether you want to limit yourself in the job market or you want to look at other markets where you can deliver value, right? Of course, the job market offers various roles for professionals. You can become a safety manager, safety engineer, safety coordinator. There's huge growth opportunity for people to build a career as far as the market conditions are favorable, as far as the regulations are favorable for safety, as long as the global events are favorable, and all of this stuff, right? So if you're a safety professional and you're probably not getting a job, you need to ask yourself, what is the state of the economy right now? What are all of these factors? What is the status of all of these factors? And then how can you navigate through these challenges? Okay, but of course, we're going to look at the job market into details in another webinar. All right, so maybe next week we're looking at the job market into details. So we're getting there. Now let's look at the knowledge market. The knowledge market provides resources for upscaling and getting certification, for safety professionals to stay updated with current best practices and changes in regulations, right? So this market basically supports the transfer of knowledge for capacity building of workers, professionals, safety professionals, and even the employers. All right, so specialized training for workers, various types of specialized training. All of us know all the various trainings that we carry out for our workers. Some of them are outsourced, some of them are done in-house. We as professionals also, we are looking to get all the professional qualifications, whether CSP, CMIOSH, and all of these good stuff, just to make sure that we have the relevant knowledge to be able to deliver the value that we have to deliver to our employers. We are also participating in various webinars where we are talking about health and safety best practices. So CPD courses, continuing professional education. All of these are how we tap into the job market, right? The knowledge market. So the players in here are tuition providers, health and safety consulting firms, safety professionals ourselves, and we can actually deliver value in this market. So there's a popular saying that goes, the more you learn, the more you earn, right? So the more you learn, become relevant, have all the relevant qualifications, and deliver value to your employer, the more you can earn, because now you become a valuable asset to employer, and you can even be poached by other employers. Okay, so that is the knowledge market. All right. Again, the goods market. The goods market is very important. It is extremely broad. We are talking about physical product, digital product, and services. This range of product spans from safety equipment and personal protective equipment, all of this stuff. If you go to our website, you see the various categories of safety equipment, various categories, fire safety, radiation safety, marine safety, a lot, confined space safety equipment. You can talk about work at height equipment, a whole lot. Not only even in the safety, we can talk about in the health aspect, we can talk about the environmental aspect. Okay, when we have a matured safety culture in Ghana, you notice that there's so much demand for various equipment, because the important requirement is that we must use a suitable equipment for the job, right? Suitable equipment for the job that you are doing. And the jobs that people are doing are a wide range of jobs, a wide range of activities. And if you are to integrate safety right in there, what it means is that they will be compelled, or we will have to enforce that they have the right equipment for the job. And where can we get this equipment? We need to look at the goods market, right? So it is very, very important. The goods market offers innovative safety solutions, advanced technologies, and equipment to improve workplace safety and risk management. All right, so we can even talk of advanced PPE technologies. Now there are, latest technologies that are being used to develop safety equipment. In recent times, we saw, helmets that has a cooling system. Depending on which environment you operate, whether you are operating in a hot environment, you may rely on a safety equipment that has a cooling system. That is the latest technology. Are we privy to them? It is important that we pay attention to this area. Okay, so innovative safety solutions can even include fire suppression systems, latest fall protection device, and all other equipment that enhances safety of the worker. We can equally talk about software solutions for conducting risk assessment, for incident reporting, for basically all the software that you've been using for your job. Okay, there are more advanced ones that we need to pay attention to. So the big question is that which of these markets do you operate in? Which of these markets do you belong to? Are you only focused on the job market, or the knowledge market, or the goods market? Okay. Now, it is important for us to understand that there is synergy when we are focused on all of these markets. They are all interrelated. There's no way one stands alone. The knowledge market has a direct correlation with the job market in terms of creating supply of safety professionals to serve the increasing demand for safety jobs, right? It is an integral part of the job market that without safety knowledge, employers cannot gain access to competent safety professionals. So the knowledge market is very, very important. The job market is equally important. The jobs are created by employers. The knowledge that are acquired through training and awareness drive the demand and supply for health and safety products and services, thereby creating a thriving goods market. So if you're a safety professional operating in you have a job, it is important that we are understanding the role of safety in the job. The role of understanding your role and understanding the importance of safety in your job, and driving the demand for safety products by making sure that your employer is using the suitable equipment. If you are not paying attention, or you don't drive the demand, what it means is that the value chain will be affected. Okay, the vendors who are stocking up products, they will be keeping stock of these products because safety professionals are not driving the demand. Okay, so if you're able to advise our employers on suitable workplace equipment that are needed to manage risk, service providers, vendors will be able to be in business to be able to meet the market's demand. So each of these markets are interrelated. The main players that are always affected by this market are safety professionals. When there's no demand for safety products, it will affect vendors' business, and then vendors will be out of business. Companies will not have access to this equipment. Because of that, they are not going to implement safe system of work, and that will result in accidents. And these accidents could result in sanctions and penalties, and some of them will be out of business. And the safety professional who is looking to get a job in this company will not get a job because now the employer is out of business. We are saying that safety is not an option. It is an important part of, it's a commitment to life. It is an important part of business, because safety itself is profit. So there's safety, profit, right? Safety is profit. So it is important that we really understand how all of these markets are interrelated. So what is the benefit of having synergy across all of these markets? We're able to reduce incident rates because we're able to implement a safe system of work. And safe system of work means that we have equipment, suitable equipment, we have competent personnel, we have materials that are compliant in terms of quality standard. We have a safe work environment. Safe work environment meaning that, you have all the equipment that improves worker comfort. So workplace ergonomics, a workplace that is free from hazards, safety hazards, health hazards, a workplace that a worker can work safely without risk of any injuries. And that would mean that all the relevant support system that you need, you're able to implement that at the workplace. So safe system of work, an interaction of equipment, people, materials, and the environment to achieve an acceptable standard of safety. That is how we prevent incidents from happening at the workplace. All right. And then when there are less incidents happening, or there are no incidents at all happening, it improves the morale of the workers. It increases their engagement, employee engagement at the workplace, because they prioritize safety. And that increases productivity and profitability for the business. The business or the companies that we are working for, their performance will improve. They will be able to build better reputation. They would be able to increase their profits because there's no cost associated with accidents. There's no downtime from operations. There's no loss of production order. There's no cost of replacement of workers who are injured. There's no cost of replacement of equipment that have been damaged. Everything happens perfectly as expected because we're able to ensure that every aspect of the business is running safely without any incident. So that reduces the cost and the employer is able to increase profits. Okay. So that is basically the essence of the synergy that we get from the job market, the knowledge market, the goods market. Okay, so the call to action is that safety professionals have a bigger role to play. Nobody knows these problems more than us. Okay, we are the main people affected because we need to get the safety jobs. We need employer who is committed to safety to get all the equipment. We need vendors who can tap into the demand on the market and provide all of these equipment. So let's take note that a gap on the market is an opportunity to introduce a solution and monetize. So these are the facts you need to know if you're a safety professional. Safety spans across all markets. To ensure a true personal growth, we need to build capacity to grow in each market. There are many gaps in the knowledge market. All right. The gaps, of course, they range from knowledge gaps, supply chain gaps, and all of these offer income generation opportunities for us as professionals. You can take advantage only if you have the right information, you have the market insights, and you have the skill to create a solution in specific niches. In my next episode, we shall be looking at the state of each of these markets. We're going to look at the state of the job market right now, the state of the knowledge market, the state of the goods market. All right, so the focus will be the state of the job market. What is the current situation in the job market right now? All right, and we would keep doing this thing. All right, so basically, right now, the important call to action is that for us to get better insights into all of these markets, it is important that you are part of our community. I introduce all of you to join. I request all of you to join our vendor community, because that's where you understand, especially from the goods market. A lot of people ask a lot of products. Somebody will ask for self-contained breathing apparatus. Somebody wants a specialized tool for something. Sometimes even these tools, I'm not aware of them. I'm learning a lot. I see all of these requirements or all of these requests. Then I go and Google. I go and search on Google, right? And I'll be like, wow. So there's an equipment that these people need. So who is going to meet the need? There's a market demand right there, but who is there to meet the need? That's a big question. So we need a lot of people to become vendors, a lot of people to move away from just the job market, get into the knowledge market, get into the goods market. And I would highly recommend you to even get into the goods market because that is broad. It's a very wide scope and there's opportunity for everyone. The knowledge market is still even underutilized. It's still not highly optimized because, of course, we are looking at the population of Ghana, about 35 million. Maybe the workforce in Ghana, I don't know the percentage. One tuition provider cannot do it all. In fact, when it comes to specialized training for workforce, that's a very big market itself. Their responsibility, and they know that they need to train their workers. That's when they'll pay attention. So it means that we need to educate the public. We need to educate the masses, the employers. We need to let them know their responsibility, and we will hope that we'll get a very strong regulation that would ensure that employers are compliant with safety, and they would ensure that they have a safety department, they implement a health and safety management system, and they have safety professionals to support them, and we can be able to drive compliance. And driving compliance would feed into the goods market, and vendors who have a thriving business to be able to procure a lot of equipment because there's demand, and this demand is driven by the safety professionals. Okay, so thank you all for joining this webinar. All right, so the conclusion is that we need to stay informed about the job market, invest in knowledge, embrace innovative solutions. Safety professionals can play a pivotal role in shaping the future of health and safety in Ghana. All right. So thank you all for passing through. As I did mention, I'll be streaming live every single day on other platforms, particularly Shexel. Okay. So if you want to catch up with me, then stay tuned. Follow us on hsmarketghana.com, HS Market Ghana. Visit our website, which is hsmarketghana.com, and engage with us. Let us know how we can improve. All right. So we are doing things differently. Personally, I'm doing things differently, right? It's not easy to go live, and it's not easy to create content, but we are trying. Okay. I think that you can support us on this journey. So I would encourage you guys to support the journey. We are not, all about trying to make money or whatever. We are delivering value. Okay, so value creation thrives on exchange, right? The value chain thrives on exchange of value. Exchange of value is backed by purchasing power. So there's nothing wrong when somebody comes across us trying to create wealth or trying to make money, because what's the point of health and safety when you don't want to make money? Even the job you're doing, you're looking to build a capacity to make more money, isn't it? So how can you just focus on the job market that you want to make money, but when it comes to other important things that brings money, you probably don't want to focus on, or you think that I'm not interested because this guy wants to make money? Everybody wants to make money by delivering value. So it is important that we understand the value chain, the exchange of value, and exchange of value is backed by purchasing power. Do you get it? All right. So that brings my presentation to an end. As I did mention, I'll be going live, and I'm officially a live streamer. So tonight we are going live on Shexel. Tomorrow we're going to be going live on Shexel. HS Market Ghana, we are only going live on Sundays. We are making it easy on everyone on Sunday. So tune next week, right? Or stay tuned next week, same time, 6 p.m. Today's session was just a retake of the health and safety value chain. And I can officially delete the other video because I was not impressed with it, right? Okay, so thank you all for joining in. All the best. Stay safe, and remember that safety is very, very important. Okay, all right. Cheers, and see you again in another video. But before that, let me just try and find out, if people actually engage with us, right? So in case people engage with us, give us a thumbs up. As I did mention, I'm still new to this live stream. For some reason, I don't see all these comments showing. I don't see the comments. But of course, we are not giving up. We are still on it. We're going to come your way every single day, every single Sunday, because we are live streamers. All right. So thank you all, and see you again in another video. Bye for now.